Hi everyone, it's Mike Phoenix Hero here, doing our first video for 2024. This is going to be a deck profile for a deck I made. I'm calling it Voiceless Kash, so it's basically the Voiceless Voice meets Kashtira. Yeah, so with this deck, I went undefeated, and I won this mat at the sneak peek, and it was very fun. Now, there were cards I was missing, and as I do the deck profile, you're going to see like I'll have one card and just have like two random cards, like as not proxy. I didn't use any proxy, but just to show you like what I would have played. So I'm basically missing 3 cards total, and I still went undefeated without them. But I will tell you like what you should have and what I would have played. But yeah, so yeah, I went undefeated even not being at full power. And to get started, we have the triple Fenrir. This is one of the most hated card in the game. It lets you, special summon itself when you have nothing. You can search a Kashtira monster, including itself, and then, opponent activates the effect, you can banish something face down. Typically, you're going to search either Unicorn or Riseheart with this. Next is 3 Unicorns. They unlimited this in the latest ban list, and anyone who plays Kashtira obviously upped this to 3. This searches Theosis or Birth. And of course, when your opponent activates an effect, you can look at their extra deck, banish 1 face down. And a lot of people are not respecting that, so you can take one of their 1-ofs and kill their combos. Next is 2 Kashtira Risehearts. If I was playing pure Kash, I would up this to 3, but I think with the voices stuff, having it at 2 is better. You don't want to open multiple. And really, we don't want to open 1. We'd rather open our other Kashtiras. 1 Scareclaw Kash. I think it's still useful because there are a lot of monsters that you'll face, and this will negate their effects, in your Kashtira's battle. So I think it's very useful when you have like problematic boss monsters. Next is 3 field spells. Pressure Planet, Wraitsoth, and pretty much you're just going to search Unicorn, or if you already have him, search another monster that you don't have for your combos. And before I move on with that, so no Ogre and no preparation, just because I think it's too bricky with the voiceless stuff. Again, with pure Kash it makes sense, but opening Ogre really and nothing else from the Kashtira package is not very good. 2 Births. Again, because we're not playing pure Kash, I downed it to 1 because I don't want to open multiple. This one I do want to open at least 1, but I don't want to open 2 or 3, so running it at 2 will help with that. 1 Theosis. I really don't want to open this card ever. If we do, it'll kind of suck. But with the voiceless stuff, we can actually send this back to our deck if we actually need to, and I'll explain a little bit why later. Now for the voiceless stuff, we have 3 low. So we have 3 low, and I'm missing 1, so I was playing with 2 yesterday. But yeah, this is crazy. Normal summon Unicorn, don't activate the effect. I'm sorry, special summon Unicorn, then normal summon this, and then your opponent is going to be confused. I got a lot of confused faces, and that's when they started to panic because they don't know what they want to ash or whatever, like which line is more deadly to them. But yeah, once I get the 3rd one, we'll be running 3. And again, even with 2, I went undefeated, so I guess technically if you want to save money, only run 2, you could. But I am going to play the 3. Next is, what is it, Saffira? Yeah. Or if I said the name wrong, I apologize. And we want to play 3. At the sneak peek, only managed to pull 1. And no one else was trading or selling theirs. But again, so I was playing this with 1. And again, I went undefeated, so it didn't affect me that much. But there were times where I could have won the game if I had a second one to search it and do the entire effect. So like this was like, okay, I was going game 2, lost because I didn't have a second one. Then we went into game 3. I think having the second and third one, I probably would have never went into game 3 for like most of my matchups. I think really 1 or 2 that I would have regardless. Next is this one, so Sauravis. only a one of. You never want to see this guy. This guy is searchable. And then he's supposed to shuffle back 2 spells. One has to be a ritual spell, so you're gonna send the ritual spell, obviously, but then you can also send Theosis back. So you can, recycle Theosis with this. That's why I only run 1 instead of 2, because it's like, okay, I use Theosis at the end of my plays, just, special summon this guy, put back the ritual, and put back Theosis. So then if I still have Unicorn for my next turn, I can search Theosis if needed, or Birth, or whatever. But this puts it back, basically having unlimited Theosis, depending how many times I can summon this guy. Next is the 2 Skull Guardians. You only run 2. I think having 3 would be way bricky. There are times where I have like opened this monster and this, and it was kind of like annoying. So yeah, having 3 would be way worse if I keep opening 2. But for your ritual summon, you could use this as ritual, since you only need levels, and it is a level 7. So it's like summon this using this is possible. So they weren't the worst hands. And again, these are level 7s. So there were times where like this was negated. And I already used my Omni Negate, and then was like this was negating, so I couldn't do stuff. Or like on summon, this was negated, so like I couldn't bring the low back to have the Omni Negate. But the thing is, in a couple of my matches, where like that would happen, I would go this and then another level 7 where there was a Kashtira or whatever, and then go into Big Eye and then take my opponent's monsters. Like one of them was I was fighting Flow Under Freeze, and then I just took their M Pen using this, and I think the other ritual, because they're both level 7, so okay, level 7, take it, because this was negated. Yeah, so there's a bunch of synergy with the Kashtira. Because again, like with the Kashtira, I'm playing a toolbox, like a level 7 toolbox. So yeah, using those to summon the rank 7s are very good. Bearer of the Voiceless Voice, a card I like wanted to open but barely did. But again, you place this with low, then you search whatever you need. But yeah, because I was not having enough Saffira, this kind of was, after the first activation, was kind of useless. Getting another low really wouldn't help me, because I needed waste a ritual summon. But yes, running at 2 I think is the best choice. I wouldn't up it to 3. 2 Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. Do not run 3. I think this was open this was useful depending on my plays, because I could use this to summon Skull Guardian, then use the effect of the other to summon, let's say, another the Odd Eyes Pendulumgraph. Because I think this one you do need light monsters to tribute, but the effect of Saffira doesn't, so you can use the Kashtiras. 1 Radiance of the Voiceless Voice, and again, this is just another low target to place on the field. And then depending on what you want to do, you can just like pop 1 or 2 or even 3 monsters. Or sorry, is it monster cards? But yeah, you can pop 3 things, and then, or not, just shuffle one of your rituals and then get a card and either add it to hand or special summon. And then, as I mentioned before, there are times where I had, like 2 of these, and then I would just like summon this one, use this to shuffle back to get the other monster, because it, I don't need it in my graveyard. So yeah, just 1 of these. I will not run more than 1. Now for the non-engine, so triple Diviner of the Herald. If I get this, it's a very good extender, because you'll summon the Trias. Or you can just send the Herald Divine Herald of Arclight, the extra deck one, which I never did. I just had it just in case, but I ended up never even doing that play. So I would just summon this, dump Trias, tribute this, put the level 1. There was times where I had 2 low in hand, and so I would just use that to summon 1 from my hand. But you typically want to summon the 1 in deck. Yeah, so 3 Diviners. Then, of course, because of that package, you're doing the Trias. And basically, when this is in your graveyard, you're just going to tribute the Diviner to special summon it. And then, if you have this on field and you also have the ritual in hand, you could just like ritual summon, sorry, ritual spell. You're gonna use this as the requirement, because this is, I believe, level 9, so it passes the level 7 requirement. And this doesn't do anything else once you summon it. It's just a body, so you might as well ritual summon if you can. If not, you could possibly link, do some link plays, maybe SP'd, or, you know, depending what you have. So, you know, if you have this and then a unicorn, you could just go into SP, then use Birth to bring back the unicorn. You know, it all depends what you have on the field. The Odd Eyes Pendulumgraph Dragon. I summoned this a couple times, and basically was a spell negate, and then you put in the pendulum. My issue was, well, not issue, but I don't run any targets for this. But again, spell negate was pretty good. Also, there's times where like I put this in the end phase. Sorry, in the end phase. Sorry, I'll put this in a pendulum scale, and then activate the effect end phase to add the ritual. And that sometimes does help for follow-ups. And then it's like I have like nothing in hand, and it's like this returns to hand, get the ritual, and I have 2 cards. So you're kind of thinning your deck as well. So this does help. Next is Sauravis, you know, the Ancient and Ascended. Because you can summon him using the monster. And this is a special summon negate. And there was a game where, you know, I had this in hand, and I was fighting like a going second Horus Kaiju deck, and they were trying to like Buzz King one of my so this was in time, so I burned him for 500, and you'll see why later. Burned him for 500, and then they went Buzz King. Well, they Kaiju my stuff away, blah blah blah. Then they went to Buzz King one of my monsters, one of the Kaijus they had put here. And then with Sauravis, it negates the targeting, so they couldn't burn me, and it was way over time, so they couldn't, you know, enter battle phase. So yeah, possibly using this as a hand trap is crazy, and it's just nice to see like it does work. But you typically don't want to open this card, because again, you can just summon this with the other card. 2 preparation of rites, because I don't want to open 3. So running at 2, I think is a good number. Yeah, and these are like cards you can side out, so they help you like get the stuff you need. But if you need to side out, these are good targets. Next for the hand traps, again, I just run 2 ofs now, is 2 Droll and Lockbirds. This has help, you know, Vanadium is still a thing. Some of the other cards, you know, just okay, I'm just gonna Droll you and move on. 2 Ashes again, and these are level 3 tuners. So again, with the Kashtiras, you could go into a Baronne, which I did. Yeah, so just 2 Ashes just to, you know, stop decks. 2 Ghost Bells. This one really depends on the matchup. Against Labyrinth, this is very good. Against some other ones that don't do anything with Graveyard really. I would just like not. I would just side these out too. So these are very sideable cards. Which is what I like. 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Good against, you know, Runic or even Fire Kings if you have this set. Then just like activate on the field spell or whatever. I use this against Vanadium as well. So like, again, and I like having it in the main deck, because it's like almost every deck has a field spell. Also, like if they're gonna try to like trap you, you know, with maybe a anti-spell, whatever, if you can just chain that to it, it's, you know, get rid of it. But yeah, having 2 in the main deck I really like. And then Call by the Grave, just the one-off. If you open it, you open it, and you know you can use this to stop hand traps, or if they're gonna combo off and they need something in graveyard, just activate, banish it, and then it's also negated, so now they can't use the effect. Next is the extra deck, and kind of like I said, this is a toolbox. So I'll show off the rank 7. So first is Birth. I'm sorry, not Birth. Kashtira Fenrir. I think I only summoned him once, and that was because I had really nothing else. So it was like having, you know, this on board, the field spell, and then being able to summon Fenrir was pretty good with what I had in my hand. But yeah, I'm not really locked. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to lock zones with this. unless I'm fighting like a pendulum deck, which is now coming up because, you know, it's a very diverse format. Number 11, Big Eye. To be honest, it was like one of, you know, 3 extra deck monsters I would summon. So it's like I summoned Sheer Ear once, Big Eye once, and then Dark Armed a couple. But yeah, this is very cool because again, you just snatch one of your opponent's boss monsters. Dark Armed, I use this against Horus because I can just, you know, target their continuous spell and destroy it. And then again with the Kashtira line, you could banish, you know, one of your Kashtiras, like when you pop, and then when you go for the second effect, because again it's not once per turn, you banish Theosis, so then you can just grab whatever you just banished from the first pop. So again, there's strategy with that. Mega Phanta Beast, Draco Sack, just, you know, you could use this to destroy skill drain if you're under it, or destroy, you know, monsters, or summon tokens if you like want to play some links, and you know you can do that. The Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, this is just a time card, or if you couldn't like OTK your opponent, I would just put this out, you know, maybe can they get rid of this in 3, you know, moves, or even 2 depending how much life points they have, or even 1 is like, oh, you're at 500, some of this you have to do 1, you have to get rid of this in 1 effect. So if they can't, then they might just like scoop. Next, again, this is crazy pick, but I love this card. Number C6, Chronomaly, Chaos, Atlantis. 3, level 7, so it's very costly, but this is sometimes an out to all the random, like, you know, 3,000 beat sticks that you can't beat over. And I'm like, okay, have 3 go into this, and then again, if you know it's a boss monster untargetable, fine, I won't. But you know, if it is, I could just, you know, equip one monster they control, boost the attack, and then attack. And let's say like this is under skill drain or whatever, like this is 3,300, so it will beat over most 3k beat sticks. Infinitrack, didn't summon it once, but it's still nice to have. Again, kind of the same logic. If I can get this to 31, and then if not, if I just want to attack, grab whatever they pop, and then go into Zeus, this will be like a 1, 2. The thing I destroyed 3, and then this will be the 4. So it'll be a 4 material Zeus. Zeus because of the line I just explained. Again, non-targeting, send the grave, so non-destruction. I would have this, but again, I did not summon this once, especially like when I have a good board with all the voice stuff. I really don't want to get rid of, you know, the board I made, but it is there just in case. Typhon, Sky's Crisis, Star, you know, Superstar Slayer, very good card. You know, there's times where I was fighting Barone and stuff, and I just like summon this, and you know, can't summon anything, but just like getting rid of their, you know, bouncing back, whatever. It's pretty good. And again, it's 29, so it is a big beat stick. Herald of the Arclight, it's just supposed to, when you send it to the grave, you get to add a card, but never did it once. I might consider taking it out, but then I'm also like, I don't know what I would add in instead. Like what's, because again, all the rank 7s, I could add Harmonizer, but maybe, because again, I really don't go into XC because I don't want to play into Typhon as well. And that's something that like annoys people too, is like I'm playing Kashtira, so they think it's a XC's heavy deck, and then I pass, and then they can't go into Typhon. But yeah, the next card is Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. It's pretty much there just for one single line in case they negate your Diviner of the Herald. It is a tuner, so you can go into this, bring it back, and then go into Barone. So it's a Barone play. Didn't do it once because my Diviner of the Herald was never negated. But yeah, I still would keep this just in case of that, but the Herald maybe not. Barone, again, I just explained. One possibility is with Diviner, and you know, summoning to get Excel, and then summoning the Diviner again to go into Baron, or Kashtira and then one of your hand traps, because they're level 3 tuners into 10. So yeah, so there's multiple ways to do this, but again, I only summoned this once, and it was with the standard Kashtira and hand trap, not with the Diviner. Next is Amina, relinquish Amina, because Low is level 1, and there were times where like I would summon Low, put the card, you know, in the spell and trap, and then there's one opponent that like had Baron, he wanted to wait it till way later, and then I just went into relinquished, and then activate effect, and then that's where they had to decide like, do they want to negate and destroy or give me the Baron to equip, and then have a 3000 beat stick. So it's like a good Baron bait in my opinion, because you know, stopping Omnigate or getting clear of Omnigate with Amina, and then just having other cards to go into to do is, you know, pretty good. SP Little Knight, did not summon it once, but it was possible to, but I don't know, just having the Kashtiras and the voice of voice is to me more powerful than SP Little Knight, in my opinion. Because yeah, you're gonna have most of your field. If you can go full combo, like you're gonna have stuff on the field, so it's gonna be hard to like have this in extra deck and then use it. And then it's like, okay, well now I have no spot to summon it in. Again, but it is there just in case like I really can't do any plays, maybe other than like a Kashtira and something else, instead of going to like SP. I'm sorry, into Barone, maybe going to SP. That is one possibility. Next is Dynamondo. If you've seen Voice's voice, you know why it's here. Just you're gonna tribute the link off the Low and the ritual, and then on your opponent's turn during the draw phase, immediately summon back, and then Low will summon itself after, and then you put the trap face up because of Low. I only run 1. I've seen people run 2, but again, it's a very tight extra deck because we're running a toolbox. But theoretically, if you don't have SP, you could run 2 of these. That might help. Maybe take this for another one. Yeah, with my extra deck, I really don't want to change it up again, other than Herald the Arclight. Yeah, but like I didn't summon this once. This was one, I think, a couple times, twice, not once this time. But I've been summoning this like prior weeks. I don't think I've ever summoned this yet, even though it's in my extra deck. But I do like it just in case. Zeus sometimes. Zeus to me is mostly against Dragoon. For people that still play this, this one is an MVP. But yeah, that's my extra deck. For the side deck, 2 summon limits. Yeah, so you know, we will set up our board and then set this, and then I wouldn't shotgun this, because if you have Dynamondo, you're gonna summon the ritual, then Low is gonna summon herself, and then after that, you're in the main phase. So this is all in draw phase. Then in the main phase, you're gonna summon Sauravis, the non-ritual one. Or sorry, he's already summoned. So then using him, you're gonna bounce back and then summon the ritual one. So that's 3 summons. So then I think after that, immediately just go summon limit, and now they have to figure out what to do. Yeah, so then after that play, like we really much don't have to summon anything else. If they don't clear our board, we're not really summoning anything else. Going, you know, turn 3. Next is 2 Dimension Barrier, and then Trap Trick acting as the 3rd. So we run 2. And then the Trap Trick just to thin our deck. I'd rather open this and then thin out, you know, banish 1 to get this to place. Because again, turn 3 when we draw, I don't want to draw this. I want to draw something more powerful. But yeah, so don't forget this. You know, you can use this against Voiceless Voice, because this allows you to call Ritual. So for Pendulum decks, you know, I shut down Pendulum decks with this. I've shut down XE's deck. I think people playing Raid Raptor, I just, you know, they summon 2 things the same level. I'm like, okay, like calling this, and then they really much can't do anything. Raigeki, just one Raigeki, just, you know, to blow up their board. No, and no one really is playing Ibli, so I don't want to play Dark Hole. But if people start playing Ibli, I would add Dark Hole again. One Snatch Steal. This went MVP yesterday. I went second against Vanadium. I Droll them. They go into the Link 3 Scareclaw. Sorry, it was like a Vanadium Scareclaw, yeah. So go into the Link 3, and I had a bunch of board breakers and like 1 or 2 hand traps. And I just didn't have any engine for either. I didn't have Voiceless Voice engine or Kashtira engine, which, you know, it could happen. But yeah, I just put Snatch Shield, took it, and then just keep beating him for 3,000 each turn, because I really didn't have anything after that. So yeah, Snatch Shield won me that game. Just crazy card. I wish it was at 3, because I would play 3. Harpy Feather Duster again, just for back row against Labyrinth or just any other card. Oh, sorry, other decks are, you know, have a bunch of spell and traps. Again, Voiceless Voice is possible to just get rid of their field spell, not field spell, continuous spell and then continuous trap. Lightning Storm, just one Lightning Storm. Again, this just acts like a Raigeki or Harpy Feather Duster. So depending on what I want, you know, it acts like this or like Raigeki. So I don't have to run 2 Raigekis or 2 Harpies. You know, Lightning Storm will take care of it. Next is the 2 Kaijus. I don't want to open 3. I don't run 3 because I don't want to open 2. This one of the hand, something I had. I don't think I used it once. I had it in hand and just kept saving it because it would not summon anything that was like threatful. But just having the security of it, okay, I have, you know, Gamma Seal just in case they summon like Dragoon or something, or another boss monster, like, you know, Kaiju it away. But nothing really scared me yesterday. Evenly matched. I added this once to the deck. I drew it like turn 5, so it didn't help. But again, just a blowout for most decks if they don't have an Omni Negate or Trap Negate. Next is the 2 time cards. So Raid Raptor, Arsenal Falcon, and then Raid Raptor, Napalm Dragon. I use this for time, and it did help me yesterday win because I was just like 2 Kashtiras go into this, and then go into Raid Raptor, activate, they take damage. Now you can activate your Kashtiras after that, whatever, so this is pretty much the last thing you're gonna do. And then for other, sometimes I will literally have this in hand somehow, even though it's a one-off in my opening hand, and then I'll just do my Kashtira stuff, do stuff, and then just go normal summon this effect, and then depending like how much time you either want to do your Kashtira lines and, you know, do as much as possible, because if you're stuck in main phase 1, then you just at the end normal summon this, you can. But I'd rather summon this with this just to be in defense, because if I have to normal summon this and they're allowed to go into battle phase, then they pretty much will beat over, because this is only 1,000, so I lose if they just have a 16 or, you know, just 15 or 1,501, you know, attack monster. Like I will lose. But yeah, these are my time cards. Also, Flare Metal Dragon. So having like, okay, I can do 500, and then having Flare as well. And it's like, okay, so what can you do really? Because now every time you're trying to activate an effect, you're gonna keep burning and burning and burning. And again, if they get rid of, you know, Flare Metal, you already took damage with this. So 2 time cards, and then Kashtira Big Bang in the side. I don't want to main this. I never want to open this. I don't want to look at this. Unless, you know, unless a Riseheart, you know, comes back and gets unbanned, then yeah. The only reason I have this is against Pendulum decks. Just to help me lock one of their zones. So, you know, this is a standard, you know, Unicorn, Theosis, Fenrir, the search Riseheart, you know, Shinri era, special summon Riseheart, banish this, you know, because now, you know, because they banished the top 3, you can lock one of their zones. I always hit the pendulum zone. Yeah, because dealing with pendulums is very hard. I think if you can't stop them, you pretty much will lose. They just have so many negates and stuff, and then the fact that they can just summon anything back when they pendulum summon next turn. So even clearing their board is like, okay, clear your board. Can I beat you now? If it's a no, then you're going to pendulum summon stuff and then go through your plays. Which is like, yeah, you can't really do that with like Kashtira, like most decks, because like once you clear the board, it's like, yeah, there's stuff in graveyard, but like there's no like soul charge to summon everything back. Like, so yeah, that has been my deck. So I went undefeated, even though I didn't have all the cards. I think I'm missing what, four cards in total, or 3. Yeah, two of the Saffira, and then one of the low. So yeah, I was missing 3 cards, but even then that wasn't in, you know, it was pretty good. Like I said, I like this energy. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a like and comment. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future.